Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. Let's get serious about junk lawn mowers. I picked up 4 units for $50. The scrapper came out last night that delivers, and he threw in an electric corded unit as well. This green works. I just plugged it in. It does run, but it sounds terrible. And as soon as you plug the cord into the unit, it starts. So somebody's jerry-rigged the safety bar and the switch. So this thing's going to go right back out to the street. The electric motor is grinding. This thing has seen its better days. So it's an added bonus, but it's not going to do me any good. Let's go back to the 4 gas-powered machines, and we'll look at these, see if any of these are going to be worth anything. The first one's just a baby 20-inch cut Bolens. It's a 2014. Deal with this thing is somebody's taped up the safety brake cable with electrical tape, and they've got it backwards. The cable should be on the inside of the channel, not the outside. I've got a clip on the handle, so let's check gas on this thing. This thing gets a 1 turd because every wheel is cockeyed, and somebody's already rectified this one. There's a paint job on this. You can see the paint line here. It's a 2-tone forest green. Somebody's already been messing with this. Probably somebody like myself. Way overfilled. It's way up here on the oil level. It shouldn't go past that arrow. So I can bet you a couple of Dunkin' Donuts this thing's going to smoke if it starts. Could be a reason why they got rid of it. It was so smoky they thought the engine was going to blow up. Let's see if there's fuel in this. Yeah, there's just enough fuel in it to start. So let's try priming this on its own. And if it doesn't start, I got happy juice right here. The filter's missing and no cover. Okay, smoky, but it started. That's a good start. A little rattly. We'll have to look at that. Check out the blade condition. Make sure that's not bent. We got another turd. Just because this thing is pounding manhole covers. They got the wheels set nearly to the bottom. Any little tree root, this blade's going to be chopping wood. So that gets a thumbs down on my report, hence turd. 2011 on the yard machine, the old Pulsajet style carburetor, which I love these. They're just easy to work on. So we'll do the check the oil on this 2011. That's an issue. No oil, or very little oil. Let me put some in. I don't even want to start it with hardly anything showing on the stick. Okay, we're nearly to the top now. Let's rock and roll on this thing. Same as the Bolens, just enough fuel in it to start. Let's prime it, see what we got. If nothing, we'll happy juice. Primer bulb's working. First prime was air, and then the second and third primes, it's pushing fuel. Kicked off there for a second. Let's juice it. We may have a little water contamination in the tank. Or the water gets in the pickup bowl there in the top of the gas tank. So this is disintegrated. I would call that dry rotted. That filter's not doing a damn thing. I'll take that all day long on the 2011 yard machine. This will be a carb cleanup, sharpen the blade, pour off that used oil I just put in there, and then put some fresh fresh oil. 21-inch yard machine. Impressive on this thing. The deck looks structurally sound. Sticker looks new here, the barcode sticker. I think this thing was stored undercover. So happy with this 2011 yard machine. Let's move over to this Toro with the aluminum deck, the SR4 Super Recycler. I just rehabbed one of these recently with the aluminum deck. This happens to be a 2010 built, December of 2010, 7 horsepower Toro. Deal with this thing, it's an electric start. Everything up here is messed up for the electrics. The safety brake bar is missing, so I've got the kill switch down on the engine wired up, but I got to find a bar for this. This came with no brake bar, bail bar. Wanted to show you this. This came out of Pennsylvania, Albertus, PA. I looked it up. It's near Allentown. R.H. Lorish Mower Shop. So a fine family from Albertus moved down here to Southwest Florida. Brought their machine crapped out. And I picked it up. So this thing's traveled quite the distance. I'm sure the Lorish family did a fine job of maintaining this machine. Something happened to it along the way. No gas cap. Somebody's put an inline fuel filter in it. I don't know if that was the Lorish family. Another thing I noticed when I looked at the plug, it's got a Savior plug on it, which is a China knockoff plug. I'm sure the Lorish family would not have done that. They would know that these China knockoffs have a tendency to fail. Maybe Harvey, the homeowner, did that. So this thing has no fuel in it. I don't know what happened to the cap. So this may be a happy juicing deal. Enough oil, let's juice it. First thing, if I get it to start, all that electric's gonna come off. All that wiring needs to be removed. Little oily here on the filter. Got some dry crud here. Appears this thing's been sitting a while. I should call the Lorish family and they can tell me if this thing was a turd or not. The automatic choke, this is not a priming unit. I can see the choke lever is semi-open, so there may be an issue with the air vane, either a spring issue maybe. Yeah, the can tell right now the air vein's not moving freely. We got something that's binding up. Over time, you get crud buildup, and it'll inhibit the movement of that air vein. Wow, that sounded great. Good compression, fired off with a shot. So when I put you kids and cadets to bed, I'll put fresh gas in the tank. Maybe this thing will be a runner without any carb cleaning, but I'll do it anyway, most likely. Last but not least, so we're 3 for 4, 75%. Hopefully this 2006 Craftsman seals the deal. This was built in March of 2006, 6 horsepower, quantum style, same deal. People must be eating these fuel caps. Don't know why. Standard high wheel pusher. I had to vice grip the safety brake cable due to the fact the cable is rusted shut. I couldn't do anything with the cable. I tried oiling it up. Cable is not budging. So let's check oil on this. This 2006 Fine Beauty. Enough to start, but that's it. This thing's low on oil too. There must be an oil embargo. Below the bottom line, I'll just let it run for a second. That's kind of low. Maybe it won't even run. We'll find out. Tank is bone dry on this thing. So both these last 2 units, we could have issues with the quantum style wraparound tanks. Those dry out and leak. This one may be a leaker. This one here happens to be a priming carburetor. Oily on this thing too. Oh, really oily. So this thing might have been overfilled at one time. This thing is saturated. I'm going to leave the filter off, because this will be suffocating the carburetor. Direct injection on the 06. Okay, compression's weird on this thing. After you pull on 1,000 of these things, you get the feel of the pull. I think the keyway is sheared on this thing, just the way the compression acted. I'm going to plow through with trying to start it, but I think this thing hit a large boulder. I got that funny Tommy Time feeling. This thing is going to need a keyway. Somebody's changed the plug. It's got an Autolite plug. Not that that matters. It's better than the Savior. Let me goose it one more time with Happy Juice. But definitely something's off. The compression stroke is off. Timing. I don't know, borderline on this 2006. I don't know, we gotta investigate more. What I'm gonna do, the last two fine beauties that had no fuel in them, I'm gonna pull these out and put fuel in them, bring you kids back out of the kitchen, and we're gonna look at them with fuel in them. Try starting them that way. The other two, we know we need carb cleans on. They had fuel in them, the yard machine and the Bolens. But the Toro and the Craftsman are mysteries. As far as if they can stay running, we know this ran and it sounded great. This one's a little funky on the 6 horsepower. So let me put you to bed. I'm gonna go grab some fresh fuel. I'll bring you back. We'll try out these last two units, the 2010 Toro and the 06 Crafty, and see what we can do with fresh fuel. This Greenworks is going right back out to the curb. I'll wait for him to show up and I'm gonna throw it back on his trailer. I don't want to blow a trip a breaker. This thing is shot. Somebody's jerry-rigged it to plug it in right away. It starts the blade, totally unsafe. Anyway, appreciate you coming out, checking out these turds, the 4 for $50. I'm somewhat pleased, but not totally satisfied. I will be here in a minute when we do some more digging. As always, please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing a great job. They're on their feet constantly, trying to make the little bit of tips they can. You kids and cadets are going to help them succeed and prosper. Have a good day.